Bonjour tout le monde. Tonight's homework is on the past tense in French. This is called the passé composé. Le passé composé, which literally means the composed past. And it is called that because it is composed of two items. The composed past of regular verbs we're going to be looking at tonight. So please open your notebook and get a fresh page. This is Chapter 10 Grammar, the passé composé. All right, so the first thing we need to know when we're doing the passé composé is the verb avoir. Do you remember the verb avoir? It means to have. Let's do a quick review of the verb avoir. Okay, here's avoir in the affirmative. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a. Nous avons, vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. I have, you have, he has, she has, we or they have, we have, you have, they have, right? And in the negation, my ne and my pas are going to go around the verb. The forms of avoir start with a vowel, so my ne becomes an apostrophe. Je n'ai pas, tu n'as pas, il n'a pas, elle n'a pas, on n'a pas. Nous n'avons pas, vous n'avez pas, ils n'ont pas, elles n'ont pas. I don't have, you don't have, he doesn't have, she doesn't have, we don't have or they don't have, we don't have, you don't have, and they don't have. That's avoir. Go ahead and write avoir down. Remember, you can pause the video if you need to. Okay. Again, if you needed more time to write down avoir, you can just pause that video and write it down. All right, so we use the passé composé to express an action that began and was completed in the past. You're going to write this down, okay, under your heading for the passé composé of regular verbs. To make the passé composé, we take the present tense of avoir, which we just reviewed, and then we form a past participle of our action verb or our main verb in the sentence, the verb that shows the action. Here's how we form our past participles for regular ER, IR, and RE verbs. For a regular ER verb, I simply take the ER off of the infinitive and replace it with an E accent aigu. Notice how these sound the same, by the way, A and A. For an IR verb, I just drop the R from the infinitive and my ending is I. And for an RE verb, the RE is taken off the infinitive and replaced with a U. Let's look at some examples. Parler is an ER verb. I take the ER away, replace it with E accent aigu, parler. Okay? That's my past participle. Jouer, same thing. Finir, just drop the R and I get fini. You hear me say this all the time. Tout le monde a fini? That's the passé composé. Everyone has finished? Choisir, drop the R, choisi. Perdre, to lose. Perdu, lost. Vendre, to sell. Vendu, sold. All right, so let's look at the difference in what these mean. To speak, spoke or spoken. To play, played. To finish, finished. To choose, chose or chosen. To lose, lost. And to sell, sold. Go ahead, take a minute to finish up those notes. Okay. Here's what the passé composé looks like when we put it all together. I'm going to be using avoir and the past participle. So here's avoir for je, j'ai, and here's the past participle of jouer, jouer. J'ai joué means I have played or I played. Tu as joué, you played. Il, elle, and on a joué, played again. Nous avons joué, vous avez joué, and il and elles ont joué. That's what the passé composé looks like for a regular ER verb. Go ahead, write that down. All right, let's look at it for an IR verb, a regular IR verb. J'ai choisi. Tu as choisi. Il, elle, on a choisi. Nous avons choisi. Vous avez choisi. Ils, elles ont choisi. And our third type of regular verb, RE verbs. J'ai perdu. Tu as perdu. Il, elle, on a perdu. Nous avons perdu. Vous avez perdu. Ils and elles ont perdu. Once you've got the chart copied into your notebook, you can write down some of these examples, or all of these examples. Hier soir. We learned that hier means yesterday. So hier soir is last night. J'ai téléphoné à un copain. I called a friend. Hier tells me I'm talking about something that happened in the past. So I'm using the passé composé. I'm using the past tense. Last night, I called a friend. Let's look at another example. Après. What does après mean? Do you remember? It's the opposite of avant. It means after. After I watched a soccer match or a soccer game. After, meaning after he called, I watched a soccer match. Mon copain aussi a regardé le match. My friend, this is my subject, also watched the game. Okay, so we're conjugating avoir, the helping verb, for the subject each time. Malheureusement. That is a long word, isn't it? This means unfortunately. Remember Madame Mayo said ment in French is like ly in English. Unfortunately, or sadly. Notre équipe a perdu. Our team lost. So I'm using this form of avoir because notre équipe is my subject. And it's just like elle singular. All right, what do we do in the negation? Well, that's what we saw when we reviewed avoir. Our N apostrophe and pas go around the verb avoir, and the past participle comes after the pas. Tu n'as pas regardé la télé? You haven't watched the television? Non. Parce que je n'ai pas fini mes devoirs. No, because I haven't finished my homework. All right, avoir goes inside the verb sandwich, the negation. Past participle after the negation. No, because I haven't finished my homework. All right, my friends, remember, you can always go back and rewatch the video if you think you missed something. When I see you again, we're going to go back over a lot of this. I know this is a lot to chew on all at once, so we're going to be reviewing and practicing this quite a bit. Merci, mes amis. Bonne soirée.